For sure. What up, everybody? I'm Don Root. We're getting ready to interview some of the winners from our Love Poetry Contest. Hope y'all having a fantastic Monday. Hope the weekend was great. Hope y'all feeling blessed. I'm fresh off of work, so I'm a little tired, but I know we got some people on the East Coast, so I can't complain because I'm in Arizona. So I'm gonna give it a second, let some people pile in. But if you don't know, this is what we're up to today. We just had our Love Let Us Vent poetry contest with our winners Brittany Frizzelle, Louie, Fish, and Aretha Rodney. So I'm hoping that I'll be chatting with them and then learn a little bit about their story, what inspired those pieces, and we're gonna get into it. So just a couple more, not even a couple minutes here, like 45 seconds to 1 minute. Send some invites. And any of the winners, if y'all, okay, I see Louie, Fish. Let's see. Perfect. I may not go in order because, again, I know two of the winners is on the East Coast. So I'd love to, get engaged with y'all real quick and let y'all get to the rest of y'all evening so y'all can have a good start at the morning. I know Louie Fish is on the West out here in Phoenix too, so I'm sure he won't mind. Hey, Brittany, now and let's see what we get into. Hello.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you. So it look like the package arrived.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that's what's
Right
up.
today. I was like, yes, right on time.
You feel me? Perfect timing. Well, I definitely hope you enjoy
Yay.
it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Super grateful.
Yeah, for sure. Just talk a little bit about what side of the world you on, what got you into writing and where you are in your journey right now. And then we'll talk a little bit about the piece in a moment.
Yeah, for sure. So, for those who don't know, I'm Brittany Frizzelle. I started writing probably in third grade. I entered into this karate art contest, but my art teacher let me use poems instead of using like actual drawing because I fucking suck at drawing. So,
Same.
so that's when I really started like putting words on paper and like really trying to express myself in that way. And I actually gave up writing for a little bit because in fifth grade, I wrote a book. I be telling people I wrote a book about Alicia Keys and Usher and they three kids. And I got to 250 pages and my teacher threw it away because I was working on it during class. And that broke me. I probably wrote one poem from then all the way until I was in like high school maybe. But yeah, this poem that I wrote recently came out of me just really trying to find my voice again and just trying new things and just really trying to deal with what was going on around me. I think we have so much information like coming at us all the time, and there's no way to really deal with that shit without, for me at least, without putting it down on paper, whether it's just
Paper.
journaling or like writing a poem. So yeah, that's who I am as a writer. It really just comes out of me needing to deal with the shit that's going on around me.
Right. No, that's real. And thank you for sharing, in our lives, like for sure, when it comes to the things that we're going through, for me, especially like writing is a huge outlet, and just being able to, even if you don't have a spot or open mic to go share that, just being able to get it on that page and kind of
Yeah.
come back to it later to reflect on is definitely good. So if I remember correctly, this was like one of the first competitions that you submitted to, or first ones that you actually won.
This was my first competition, and I was super nervous. Like I didn't even tell anybody until you posted the like little pie chart. I was
Oh,
like, oh,
okay.
I mean, I guess if it's a possibility, then I'll tell some people.
Right, right,
So
and
yeah,
go
it was
for it.
really like, yeah, I super appreciate you for reaching out and being like, go ahead and like submit and try it out. I was like, we gonna see. I don't know. But yeah,
Right.
I really just write for myself. Like I recently started a publishing company, and that poem was from my first book. And it really was about, it wasn't about like putting it out at first. It really was about getting it outside of myself.
Mm,
And then one of my homegirls was like, just do it. Like, you need something to focus on. You need something to keep your hands busy during this pandemic. And right at the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put out a book.
nice. So
So,
that's
so
actually
this
what you
is,
were reading
yeah.
out of, right?
That's what I was reading out of. Yeah. So it was my first book, and I put out a children's book after that. I used to be a kindergarten teacher.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I put out a book for my babies, a little poetry book with one of my homies from college. He did the artwork, and it was it felt like I was doing something that helped, if that made sense. Like
Right,
it was
yeah,
really like, yeah, it wasn't like, I know it helped me kind of putting it on paper, but like putting it out was really about like showing people that we have a voice and we have the right to share that shit. Like even if
absolutely.
it ain't exactly put together the way it's supposed to be, or it don't say exactly what it's supposed to say, or and I talk a lot of shit and I'm emotional as hell, so it's a lot of sad shit in there.
Right, right.
The
But
song sometimes I cry, so it's a really it's a little
so,
emotional roller coaster, but you know, it is what it is.
so that's the name of the book. Sometimes I cry.
Yeah, sometimes I cry.
All right, and where
I
can
got one.
folks
Let me
like
see if I
buy
got
that?
one.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have a website. It's also on Amazon, but you know, we don't really like Jeff Bezos. He's wasting our money on going to space and shit.
I feel you. So
But
is that the unlearn to relearn.us?
it's my I don't know what's that called, my at name. But yeah, sometimes I cry. Here's a copy of it. My
Oh,
very first
nice.
book. Right. It's about
Okay.
yeah, it's about 60 pages, but you can get it there on Amazon. You can order it online, Target, Walmart, wherever you get your books. Ask them if they ain't got it, request it. It
Okay.
helps
Okay.
independent booksellers when you do that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yep, that's what it is.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah, I definitely want to have an opportunity to check that out. So I'm gonna hit the website and get me a copy.
Oh,
Um,
I
so,
appreciate you.
so yeah, when it comes to who taught you how to love, uh, so yeah, talk a little bit about that poem. I know that we had the blog post that went up, so share a little bit
Mhm.
about kind of your inspiration for it. But yeah, just talk to us about what drove you to put that poem in the book. Obviously, it kind of fits with the theme. Sometimes I
Right.
cry. So
Sometimes I
you know,
cry. Right. So that's really what it is. Like, I realized that when I was kind of putting the book together, because this came together like this poem came out towards the end. Like when I say came out, like came out of me, towards the end of like 2019, right before the pandemic hit, and I haven't been in a relationship since 2012. So I was really trying to think like, am I gonna, put myself out there? Am I really gonna try and date and be open? And I sat down and I was like, what do I even think dating is? You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like, what even is love? What am I even looking for in a relationship? And I sat down and I was like, where did I get these ideas from when I really started thinking about like what I expected from a dude? If I even wanted to be in a heterosexual relationship, I'm just like, why? I just really was questioning everything. And I'm like, where did I get these ideas from? And that's
Mm,
really where the poem came from. It kind of what happens when I write is really like I'll think of one thing and it just comes. Like I promise you, I don't have
start
to think of
flowing.
it. Yeah, it's like this is what it is. And as I was writing, that's what came up, and I was like, damn, shit.
Hmm.
I
So
was
quick
like,
question too. So
whew.
So since you write about, maybe it's not all personal experience, but like life experiences in general that
Right.
things, people can go through. For you, like your process in writing, is it something that you think of a situation, something that people may go through? You start with a few lines and then it starts flowing after that, or do you
Mhm.
usually just hit the page, you start with a sentence? Like what's your process in terms of when you actually get to writing and trying to come up with something?
Right. So, I was watching an interview with Bell Hooks recently, right? And she was talking about like a spirit that like comes in her dreams, or like she's like walking and like something will like come into her mind, like a couple words, and she'll write them down and stuff will flow from that. And it's really like that for me as well, where it's like I'll either be in a mood, like I'll be feeling some type of way, or I'll hear something, or I'll see something or be watching something, and I'm like, fuck. Like I was watching the documentary on Zora Neale Hurston, and then I wrote a poem called "Did We Kill Zora?" Because I watched that whole poem and I watched that whole documentary, and I was just like, bro, this is the worst shit ever. Like doing
Mm,
this work, really caring about Black people is like deadly. Like when you putting your life on the line for your people, you really putting your life on the line, you know? And I was like,
mm-hmm,
damn, like so many of us are dying for our people because of the stress, because of really trying to help and make a difference.
mm-hmm.
And it just came to me after I thought that question, like everything just flowed. It was just like, it didn't even take me but maybe 4 minutes to get the whole thing out, and to be satisfied with it. And that's pretty much how it works.
Okay. No, that's
Mhm.
real, and appreciate you again for sharing. So,
Yeah.
switching gears a little bit, what are some like other things outside of writing that you do to occupy your time? Fun stuff, or whatever adventures you like to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I love dancing. That's really what I love. I think I'm a workaholic and I am a school head. I love learning. I just graduated from law school in May. So
Hey,
like I've been,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was working and in law school. So I was just like, that's what I do outside of writing. I love reading. I love nature, just I live in Miami, so I love going to the beach and just being out there with the water. And I love movies. I love art. That's really
That's amazing.
yeah, in my spare time, like if I could do anything when I'm not working, I like to engage with arts, museums, just going in nature, gardens. That's really what it's all about. I'm just trying to slow down, get too caught up in going too fast, and you kind of miss out on the things that makes life beautiful, and you see all of the bad shit. Like if you've been on social media lately, you seeing all the shit that's going on in the
Yeah,
world. You probably got a headache right now. He
for
probably need to drink
sure.
some water.
Absolutely. Stressed out.
Okay?
Yeah, you see
You're
more and
stressed
more people
out,
taking
right?
taking those social media breaks, and just time
Yes,
away.
exactly. And getting outside, yeah, it's really that's really what it's about for me, because I realized early that that shit weighs on your body. And like I was getting old, my body was getting older than I am. I'm only 27 and my body was feeling like 50. I was like, I'm
Mm,
tired. I ain't trying to do nothing. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. I ain't trying to go
right.
nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I
Hmm.
gotta do something different. So yeah, I fill my space up with as much art as I can, as much nature as I can, laughing, whatever I can laugh at, however I can find some laughter, and dancing,
Absolutely.
shaking my little booty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, are you comfortable sharing tonight that the poem that got you first place?
Oh, for sure, no doubt. I can read it. Give me 1 second.
All right, cool. I'll be right back myself. Let me get this set up.
Hey, I see some family on here and friends. I appreciate y'all coming out. I told myself I do one open mic a day, so a month, so this gonna count.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling the love. I see y'all. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Whenever you're ready.
All right, cool. So this is Who Taught You How to Love? Who taught you to love? The lady on TV who was beat on and cheated on? The parent who had to hold their wounds close so they couldn't hold you close? Or the parent who was so ashamed that they barely spoke your name? Or the friend with more toys than presents, so they always bragged about their presents? Was it the sister with 6 dudes but no bills, so she opened her legs and closed her heart to feels? Or the brother who hid his love to be accepted in a world where he has to hide himself and is still rejected? Who taught you to love? Why did you listen? Did it feel good to be pushed away? Did it feel good to cry yourself to sleep at night? You like covering up the pain and shame with fake smiles and fake fame? You like feeling empty inside with so much shit in your space you can't even sit inside? Or is it the loneliness taking over your insides while you let just anybody inside? Or maybe the joy of never having to really love because honestly you don't know real love. Who taught you to love? Really? Or did you just overlook all that and still learn to love yourself? Who
Hmm.
taught you to
That was
love?
awesome. That was awesome. That
Thank
was awesome.
you.
Too. And you do a really good job too of like, just like really engaging with the piece, like using the inflection of the voice and like
I'm
getting that
trying,
story
child. It's
across,
hard.
like,
I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
right. But nah, that was really good. I'm sure you're gonna see some people in the comments letting you know it was dope. That was definitely beautiful.
Thank you. I feel the love.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, so where were you from again?
Durham, North Carolina, 919
North
rules
Carolina.
of
Hey, so before we get you out of here, what are some your inspirations? I know that, all of your passions isn't just, aren't writing solely in dance. Like, what are some people, some things in life that inspire you to create and, to boss up in life, even outside of writing?
Right. I think, yes, I see some 919s in the comments, y'all already know.
Hey,
But yeah, the thing that inspires me most, honestly, is children. All children
children.
and every piece of children. I have some siblings, some younger siblings, who I just want the world for. I want them to have so much more than we can even think to imagine. And I want that for my own children. If I do decide to have them someday, I want it for your children. I want it for all children. And I think that we have the responsibility to those that come after us to make sure that they set up well. And I think that with the one thing that I can do is show them that they have the ability to use their voice. They can speak truth to life and speak truth to their reality. And that's really what inspires me. That really is what pushes me to, even when I'm nervous, even when I'm scared, to get up and still do it, still say what I got to say, still put myself out here in this way and name
Hmm.
things in this way. Yeah, the thing that I'm looking for, the thing that I'm looking at is the kids. That's
Kids,
what
that's
it's all
beautiful
about.
too. I mean, yeah, that's the
Hmm.
future, honestly, and as much
It's the
wisdom,
now,
as
really, because if
much,
they don't get what they
yeah.
need now, in the future they're gonna be fucked still. So
Yeah, absolutely,
it's
absolutely. So
about
as
the
much
kids.
love and energy as you can impart on them is definitely a
Hmm.
blessing. So in terms of the next generation of like people and creators, what are some words that you love to kind of leave for some folks that are maybe out there looking for inspiration? And maybe what are a couple of words that you love to live by?
Yeah.
I mean, even your name, that's deep. How did you even get that?
Right. Unlearn to relearn.
Yeah,
Yeah. I named my company Unlearn to Relearn because I mean, I really just feel like we have so much in us and on us that's not ours, right? We just, like I said earlier, we just taking in so much, and it's just a lot of internalized shit that's not getting us nowhere, that's really tearing us apart. So I feel like my main goal is to help us unlearn the shit that's not working, to heal and relearn what we need to survive and thrive out here, because we've been surviving, we've been learning so many things. And I guess the one thing that I would tell anybody that was coming up and that was really thinking about doing anything in their purpose, just walking in their purpose generally, is to just always be honest. Just be
mm,
honest. If we stop lying, like I know it sounds
absolutely,
crazy, but if we stop lying, we would get so much farther in life, and we would just feel so much better, right? We would have so much more freedom because it's so much fear behind those lies. If you don't feel good, if you
absolutely,
don't want to do something, if you are not having a good time, if your boss is fucking
absolutely.
around, name that shit. Name it.
Call it
In
out.
any way,
Absolutely.
define that shit and define yourself. Be honest about who you are and what you got going on, because that's what we need. That's the only way we're gonna heal,
Absolutely.
and that's the only way we're gonna relearn.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And I want to thank you so much for sharing some of your evening with us so that we
Of
got
course.
to know you a little bit more. I think the rest of the gifts and stuff should be hitting your way relatively soon. So yeah, we definitely hope you enjoy the t-shirts and some of the buttons and stuff. And we'll be keeping in touch, watching what you do, the different moves you make and kind of supporting these different ventures that you take on and hope to see you in the next poetry contest.
Yes, of course. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna hang out and watch the other interviews.
All right, for sure, for sure.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Let's see if Aretha Rodney is in the building. Send you this invite.
A second.
Yo.
I look so sleepy and tired. Hold on, let me put one of these little filters on. Okay, there we go.
Nah, you good. Apologize. I know I'm a West Coast guy, so timing ain't ideal, but I appreciate both of you guys. I know y'all both on the East, so thank you so much for, extending some of your evening with us.
No problem. Is
Uh,
is the other port gonna join this one?
no, I'm gonna rock with you, and then I'm gonna hop on with him after.
Oh, okay. How are you?
Yeah, so I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
I see you just dropped something not too long ago, right? Or yesterday, today, or something, right?
Yeah. I dropped it last week.
Last
I'm
week.
trying to put up a post today just in case,
Yeah,
like, hey, y'all didn't see it? Go check it out. What you doing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Well, shoot, man. Thank you so much for also doing my podcast not too long ago. We got to chat on there, talk a little bit about the writing journey and faith and everything like that. You got third place in our Love Poetry contest with your poem Social Media.
Yeah. I was
So,
excited about that.
so for the folks that don't know, just talk a little bit about, what type of art you do, where you're from, and where you are right now on your art journey. And then we'll talk about social media in a little bit.
Okay. All right. So my name is Aretha Rodney. McDonald, but I just kind of just go with Aretha Rodney. I feel like it just rhymes, I guess, blends or whatever. I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I moved to the States at like age 11, and I've been here ever since. I actually just recently left New Jersey, and now I'm in Orlando, Florida. I'm loving the sunshine. It gives me a feel of, of home. But as far as my art goes, like, I just enjoy artistry in general. Um, Singing, poetry, dancing, just all of that. I never literally try to put my art in a box where I just do one thing.
Hmm.
So my art it's just basically like that. Like I said, there's no boundary to it. I talk about everything. I try to talk about life, faith, the struggles of life, just it all. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to your writing journey, what's been like kind of the biggest obstacle you've run into?
Um, I think one of my biggest obstacles sometimes tend to be overthinking and like putting pressure on myself, because for me, if I'm pressured like into something, I don't get to freely think or freely get to create. And a lot of times that's what I struggle with, especially like this last piece that I did. The idea came to me in like 3 days. And then it was just like, oh my God, then I need to get this done before February ends. And I caught myself just putting too much pressure on myself. So I just took it easy. It is what it is. If I got to do it, then cool. If I didn't get to do it, then fine. But I think that's one of my biggest obstacles, just putting so much pressure on myself, because I don't create well that way. So sometimes I just
That,
let my mind flow. I just recently got into meditating, and I will say it is heavenly.
hey,
Okay, it is heavenly. So meditating
yes.
helps me a lot when I start to overthink too much. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay. No, I definitely recommend that too. And I feel you because, when it comes to pressure or anything around your art specifically and pressure, it's something that can bog your brain because, if it's maybe social pressure, you feel like, oh, I need this piece to hit. Like
Yes,
even you kind of touched on it in your poem, it's like,
yes,
I want these likes, so even if it's not just a photo, you kind of start to write for punchlines or you write for the likes or for the attention in ways, and sometimes that can be too much pressure for you when you're just trying to
yes,
tell a story or give
yes.
perspective on your experience.
That's so true. That's so true.
So for social media, what's been your journey with social media?
Up and down. If I'll have a very honest moment, I'm literally just getting over the case of if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I actually just actually not even just now, a while back I put up a post like, listen, if they didn't like it, that doesn't mean it's not good. If they didn't repost it, that doesn't mean it didn't touch them. So that's where I'm at now. I'm just content with my art. Like
Mm,
I think that has a lot to do with growth. Where listen, as long as I'm okay with it and I'm pleased with it, whether they react to it or not, I'm okay.
yeah,
So that means if I put out a piece and it gets 20 likes, I'm okay because I'm content with what I did. And
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I struggled with that for a long time. That's how I could write the poem the way that I did. Because I struggled with that because I would stay up all night working on a piece and then I posted and it's like I didn't get the feedback that I was expecting from it. And it used to
mm,
break me a little bit, honestly. I used to feel a little sad, like, dang, they didn't like it, you know? But now
right.
I'm just content with my work. So if they like it, they like it. They don't.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and I'm right there with you, honestly. I'm right there with you because you have to create for you at some point too. You do want your stories and your testimonies in a way to impact others, but you can't force it. It's just like I'm gonna tell my stories in a way that works for me, that I'm happy with, and if it impacts you or if you feel some kind of way about it, I hope that you do, but if you don't, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. It definitely took me a while for that too. And also some other pressures about also like kind of how people perceive you for certain poems. I had my struggle for a while where it was just like, man, I want to make sure the narratives that I'm talking about are, things that align with me, because I felt like, oh, someone will think, I'm this kind of person if I'm only doing poems about this or, whatever the case is. I had pressure about trying to create this persona for myself and I had to kind of just shave all that and just write about the things that popped up or the things that really moved me or that I was passionate about. So
Yeah.
definitely connecting with you there. So yeah, this the poem social media.
Yeah.
One thing that I really liked about it is it seems in it's a lot that we all can connect with. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have our different things with social media. I remember before I ever had an Instagram, I thought I would never make an Instagram. I thought it was something I just would never do, and
That's
then I
how I
found
felt about
myself on it.
TikTok. That's how I felt
Like
about TikTok.
all right, it's like a
Now I'm
little
just
bit of a
like
love
looking at
hate.
these dances. Like,
Exactly, 100%. Or just on there, just learning about random hacks,
yeah.
life hacks or hacks around the house or the kitchen or whatever.
Right, right.
But yeah. So out with the more, I'm sorry, with the social media though. What I was speaking to is like because it has so much in it that we all can connect with. I feel like that's something that's super powerful. So when you're working on your pieces, is it something that I know we just kind of talked about it, but is it like a conscious decision for you to try to find things that, people can connect with and share, now that you are in a space where like this piece that you did most recently, even if it's not just about the social media piece, like for this piece, what inspired the piece that you put out last week?
Oh, that piece. I'm gonna be honest. I was listening to the song "Glory" by Jen, and I just like in the can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I was just in the zone, just vibing, and like it just hit me. That first line just hit me where MLK had the dream but never got the chance to live it. I was like, oh wow, oh, I like that. You get what I'm saying? And
Okay.
it was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I just wanted to. I After I got that, I was like, you know what? Where I want to go with this piece, I just want to talk about the leaders of Black history and the fact that it's not history. Like it's not a thing of the past. Like, we get to make our own Black history. Like, you know, we see
Mhm.
people come up every day that's making history. So, you know, that's just where my head was at with that song. With that song,
Okay.
and then I just wanted to just go into it like that. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe what I'm trying to piece together here is because like I've seen a couple of different of your, works, and I've even seen a video of you singing and like doing stuff like that. And I feel like at the root of some of it is like you create to inspire
Yeah.
a little bit as well,
Yeah.
like to kind of give people perspective on something and, kind of show light in that.
Yeah. I always honestly want them to leave with something. So if I'm gonna talk about a heartbreak at the end of the piece, I kind of want to tell them, but it's okay. You'll get stronger from this. Like, I always want to leave with some type of. I always want them to leave with some type of inspiration. Not only it being a poem about heartbreak and that's just it, just at the end of it, but it will be okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I always try to turn it around where you're inspired at the end of the poem, at the end of the piece.
absolutely. That's powerful. And that's something that I like too. And sometimes maybe even I fall victim to like leaning too much into it where it's like I'm preaching, so I have to dial back a bit and like.
That's me for a fact. That's me for a fact. Yeah.
All right. So are you comfortable sharing social media with us?
I would have to pull it up on my laptop.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with it, if not, I could ask you a couple more questions and get you out of here.
You can ask me one more question while I pull it up. Because I literally kind of have to like turn my laptop on and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So when it comes to another part of what you do as a creative, you talk about, being a vocalist, and I may be tripping, but I could have sworn I saw a video of you playing guitar a little bit. There's a guitar behind you, kind of singing. So who are some of your musical influences, or, what parts of your life, of your journey, where was music introduced? And then, who inspires you to do music?
I grew up in church, so music has always been a part of my life. I was on the choir as a kid, so I was just always surrounded by music. Honestly, my inspirations for music are very wide and very broad because again, gospel and reggae. Reggae, of course, because I grew up in Jamaica, so that's what I know. So I'll say like I like old reggae music, so Bob Marley, Barris, I don't know if you know Barris, but Barris Hammond. These are all Jamaican artists, and
Sheesh. All right, we back. As soon as we start talking about the church, man, they try to take us out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my connection, bro. My internet or something, but all right, let me see if I can get her back before we wrap this up.
You need to. Sorry.
we're back.
Yes. All right. Yeah, we are. Sorry about the connection issues.
That's okay.
But yeah, did I give you a little second to be able to grab your the piece?
Yes, it did.
All right.
I haven't done this piece in so long. I gotta find it.
Oh, nice. We got some people sliding back in here. I'm just sending out a couple more invites. But yeah, whenever you feel comfortable, if you have it pulled up.
Yeah. Do you want me to go ahead now?
Yeah, if you feel comfortable, yeah, definitely. Let me see. We could wait a couple seconds. But you were saying you were inspired by the church. You know, you grew up in the
Oh
church
yeah.
when it came to music, a little
Right,
bit of the reggae.
right. So that is where I find majority of my inspiration from. That's kind of like that's why a lot of my pieces, my songs are like centered around faith. Majority of my stuff, because
Yeah.
that's kind of where I get my inspiration from.
Okay.
It's very broad where I get my inspiration from, which is good. It helps my art a lot.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, it's strong foundations to be connected to for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Alrighty. Yeah. So if you feel good, definitely, I'd love to hear the piece. Is it called social media too, by the way?
It is. It is called
Okay.
social media. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let me open this up. Okay. All right. You hear me clearly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When did our value started being determined by how many people choose to follow you? When did our worth divert to the double tapping of one's finger, leaving thoughts to linger? If enough people didn't tap twice, then maybe, just maybe, that photo wasn't post worthy. When did our identity and our reality become our enemy? See, I don't mean to offend, but in this era, we would rather live a life of pretend just to stay up to date with the recent trend again. When did our worth divert to one's opinion behind a device screen that results in us tampering with our genes? It seems we live a life based off others' reaction. So self-love just fits a great caption. Our satisfaction lies within the world wide web of lies. Being deceived by what we see before our eyes. Being displeased with our own lives because we still clock into a 9 to 5. As if a 9 to 5 make one less applicable to succeed and thrive. See, much has changed. And if you're not doing it like the world, you're considered a lame. At some point, the ultimate goal became a blue check beside one's name. See, if you ask me, social media is what you make it. It's filled with a lot of opportunities, people coming together, building communities. But on the other end of it, it's filled with a lot of hypocrites, a lot of judges and jurors, a lot of counterfeits. So be sure in who you are, or you will get lost in
Hey, there it is. Yeah, that's a great one too. I mean, you can see in the comments already people talking go crazy. Amen. You got the fire emojis in there. It's definitely something that so many of us can connect with, you know, on so many different levels. Because again, like we talked about earlier, a lot of us have a relationship with social media,
Yeah.
love, hate, you know.
And there's a lot of flaunting that on social media where it makes you kind of wonder, like, what am I not doing to get that? And a lot
Yeah,
of times, social media or the people on social media, they build like this type of lifestyle that makes it look like that's the only way to live. Like, no, it's okay to do what you do and be great. You don't have to
right.
do what they do. You can still be great, So
Absolutely,
that's
absolutely.
definitely one of my that definitely brought me to that poem a lot. Like, just seeing what you see on social media, you really have people like being displeased with who they are and how they're living
Hmm.
because they're not driving some of the cars that these people on social media who probably rented,
Absolutely,
okay, who
absolutely.
probably rented the car. Just
Right, and
to
they just
post
flexing
it.
for,
You get what I'm
flexing for the
saying?
gram, as they
Yeah,
say. Yeah.
yeah. And a lot of people just be so caught up with that, they start comparing their lives, and it's like, just be who you are. Don't get lost in that.
No, that's real. And and that's kind of leading me into where I want to wrap up here. It's kind of on the inspiration tip, like we ended with Brittany. What things would you like to leave people with in terms of inspiration? It could be some things that you choose to live by that kind of keep you grounded or rooted, or just some things that you feel like you want to share with the world because it's on your heart right now.
I mean, one thing that I would want to share with everybody is just like, like find your identity and walk in that. Like be who you are and unapologetically at that as well. Like be who you are. Don't worry about the next. Don't
Yeah.
compare. You are beautiful. God made you how he decided to make you with all these flaws that you have. Just keep growing and just being your best self. Don't worry about what you see on the internet. Let me go to a social media thing. That's what my poem is about. Don't worry about what you see on the other end of your screen. Just worry about the person you see in the mirror. That is a word right there. See, I got the poet
Hey,
inside of me. Ooh, I
you
love
do.
it.
Got them on deck for sure.
Yeah. So that's definitely what I want to leave people with. And just trust God, love God, and just ask him for direction, what you need to
Yeah.
be in this life, your purpose, and so forth.
Absolutely. Well, man, thank you so much for continuing to walk in your light, you know what I'm saying? And also sharing a little bit of the evening with us. I'm gonna let you get
Definitely.
to it. I don't know what
Anytime.
time your bedtime is, but I'm gonna let you go so you can get your rest. But yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. And you know, like I mentioned, the rest of the gifts and stuff should be sent out today or first thing in the morning.
Sounds
And yeah,
good.
we hope to catch you in another poetry contest. And obviously, we're gonna
All right.
continue to support the things that you do and all the things you got going on.
Thank you. All right. Have a good
All
night.
right, for
Bye,
sure.
guys.
Yeah, you too. All right, let's get the dog in here. Louie Fish, this is our second place winner of the Love Poetry Contest. Definitely been around the Iron Root brand for a minute, hitting all the love events. He's probably Mr.
Yo,
Love Event himself. What up, man?
what's the word, my bro?
Man, chilling, dude. Good to see you. Definitely been a minute.
Man, long time. I thought this was gonna be live an hour ago. I done pulled over and jumped out, got me a little something to eat, because I was in commute and I
Oh,
didn't want
damn,
the
I didn't even
game
know.
to fuck it up. So I'm like, let me just pull over and go sit down somewhere with some Wi-Fi.
Okay. Man, I appreciate you, dog, stepping in real quick then.
Yeah, nah, we locked in. And thanks to you, I discovered this KFC chicken sandwich. It was so good.
It was hitting?
Was it? I don't know if it was worth that little
Man.
$4, but it was definitely a little snack.
Right, for sure. Well, man, for the folks that don't know you, just run us through a little bit about who you are, you know what I'm saying, what you do as an artist, and a little bit about the inspirations.
Well, I'm Louie Fish from Chicago. I'm in Arizona now on the West Coast, where I bumped into this brother right here who helped me revive and actually kickstart my poetic career. Because prior to it was just like a hidden talent, something I used to do back in high school, or just like with girls or something like that. You feel me? Just in the little DMs or text messages. But then I met, it was Jam who I met, and she had posted on her story, I need a poet. And she thought that I was joking when I said I'm the best poet you never heard. And then she was like, well, come try out then. And then we've been rocking ever since. That was what, 2017, I think?
Yes, sir, I think so. Was it the Newton or what spot was
It
it?
was
Where'd you pull up?
it was like a apartment. It was like all of us in a big room, you feel me? Everybody tried out one at a
Oh, okay.
time.
Yeah. Okay, I
It was
remember
hella
that.
fun. It
Yeah,
was
we
hella
did the
fun.
trial thing at the, yeah, for sure. I remember that. And then, so the event was downtown then, or like Central Phoenix at the Newton, like that little
Yeah,
bookstore spot.
that's when I did that How
Yes,
It Go in
sir.
the Go joint.
How it go in the go? Yeah, I still remember the video. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know where that poem is at. I want that so bad.
Man, for sure. I'm gonna have to see if we got any clips of that from our in our
I still got
archive.
the video. I just want the
Oh, you got the
notes, like
video?
so I can read it. You feel me?
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, talk a little bit about. I know you said like when it came to poetry, it was like a hidden talent, and you know, something you would do. Like you wrote in the either the bio or the little notes in the blog post that it was something you used to do to like for the girls and shit. So I know that when you came out to that tryout, you know what I'm saying, and did your thing there, and then you hit the event. Like, at what point did you think like, yo, I'm gonna start actually like getting in this shit more? You know?
Um, to be honest, it was then. Like before that, it was just like I
Mm,
look at it, not like I listen to it and like watch verses and flow or Def Poetry Jam and just think like I could do that. You feel me? But like the fact that like
yeah,
it personally came easy to me, it made me not want to be passionate about it. And then I also was chasing like a football dream and stuff like that at the time. So it was like you can't be fully invested in two things. So
yeah,
you feel me? I was trying to do the football thing, and then life started happening, and you know, a poetic life ain't really exciting. And I was just having a lot of fun doing the college and all that stuff. So, but then
right,
I started realizing, this gift that I got, and how dynamic words can be, and how influential it is. Because I really started poetry just off enjoying to play with words. Like my pops used to
right,
make me read the dictionary as a kid and everything like that. So, and like I used to be that little kid in class that'd correct the teacher when she say something wrong, or that little
yeah.
smart kid, like you spelled that wrong, Miss Harris, and stuff like that. So, I used to just always love playing with words, and then that's how it all came about. And then when I got booked, that's when I really realized, because that's when I had the first time I had a chance to read the whole Bible. So like I read the Bible from beginning to end while I was
Hmm.
down, and then while I was in there, I realized like how black I was, and that's what made me start to like really want to use my voice to help change the world. Like the love poet, like I got a million love poems, but that's because I'm like a hopeless romantic really at heart. So it's like I got
Ah,
this
yeah,
imagination of what love will be like, that whole Disney thing, like that Corey and Topanga Boy Meets World. That's what I wanted since I was a shorty. So I write as if I found it, even though I haven't yet, which is you feel me.
yeah.
So it's like all the poems is from a perspective I haven't had in real life, but I'm like, this got to be what it's gonna feel like. So I just write real amazing shit because I feel like true love is amazing.
Absolutely. Okay, I feel that. So, can you take us through like your first experience of having like a good crowd reaction? You know, like when you perform something and like you felt that like people were really genuinely fucking with your art.
This was 2012. So like I did like my first few performances in high school, and like I remember the crowd going crazy. Like it's nothing of that like I can that stand out as like I know I just went nuts. But in
Yeah.
2012, I did that Society Can't Lie to Me, and like I had like four rewinds, and then somebody's like, "Oh my God, he's a wordsmith." And ever since then, I've been saying wordsmith. Like before that, I never even used the word wordsmith.
The word, yeah.
And it was with K-Love the poet, who's one of my favorite poets. It was at her event. So like listening to
Mm,
her go, she actually like influenced like somehow my delivery and like how my cadences and the rhyme schemes and playing on words and all that. Like her. So like that was like a real big moment and like a turn as far as like my interest in poetry.
okay. No, and that makes sense. So now when we talk about the poem that got you second place in our love poetry contest, you talk a little bit about the hopeless romantic. So you could say it's easy to say like that poem was definitely influenced by like Louie the love poet, side of things, right?
Definitely. Yeah. So
So was that
actually,
something that came easy, like, or did you struggle to get that? Because it's about 5 minutes out. So it
so
seemed to me it seemed like
it
it
was
flowed
two
kind of
separate
easy.
short poems. So the only
Okay,
hard
okay,
part was the connector piece. So I'm like, I ain't want to, cause you know how mine be like 5 minutes my normal, cause I be
yeah,
writing to be on stage. So like when I wrote all these short little poems, they was just like doodles. You feel me? Like poetic doodles. And then I'm like, I'm gonna just
yeah,
combine a couple of them when the time comes, or like put them in
right,
this book called Poems to the Girlfriend I Never Had. So that's coming on the way. So I like that you just had unlearn to relearn it because she do publishing because I've been looking for a
yeah,
publisher. So I might tap in with her on that note. But
right,
yeah, it was just all like poetic doodles, and then like I said, the first half of it, it came. I really like I saw Ruby Rose in a magazine. I'm like, I'm gonna DM her right now. That's what I'm gonna say, and that's what
right.
that poem was. And it was just like the
Okay,
whole start was just like Ruby Rose, what's up? You feel me? And then the end of it
right,
was like where we could go if she was to actually read it. You feel me? And her personality
right.
don't match
Okay,
her looks type. You feel me?
okay.
And
So
then the
what's one
second
way
part,
that you? Oh, go ahead. No, no.
I was gonna
I'm
say, yeah, the
jumping ahead,
second
but I'm
part
just
was
thinking of a question.
oh yeah, no, the second part came from like this friend of mine. We got history from years, so it's like why ain't we been together? Like, cause we love, like we'll do anything for each other. You feel me? Like, but it's like we ain't together, so it's like let me see what it is, and it really stemmed down to the fact that a trust issue that I can't do nothing about. You feel me? Like one of them life scars that you can't really heal, so you gotta wait till it heal together on its own.
Right, right. Okay. And that's real. So the question I was about to ask was like when it comes to the pieces that you come up with, because I know we were talking, I want to say a few weeks back, and you were working on like a Black History Month
That
kind
Martin
of
Luther King
poem.
joint.
That Martin Luther King, yeah, exactly. So when it comes to the pieces that you're writing today, like as you are moving about, like what inspires you to come up with them? Is it like something that goes on and you're like, yo, I'm about to write about that? Because I remember like it was a gig that was like on
On
a
the break.
docket that didn't quite come
Yeah.
through. So like, is it instances like that kind of charge you up where when shit don't go right, or or just like when something happens, it kind of sparks that moment and you kind of get in your bag creatively?
So basically prior to when I like getting booked, it was like when you would have a show, I write something just for the show. You feel me? Besides that, I just like in conversation, I say something slick. I'm like, let me jot that down. You feel me for future references, because that's where
Yeah,
all my poetry come from. Like every poem I got came from one line that came out of like conversation and stuff. So
got you.
then after that, but like that specific thing, it made me like I realized how black I was when I was gone. You feel me? Before that, I was only around black people, so like I never realized that I was black. I realized it was just us. But when I ended up being the only one in the room of 40 people, and like the dynamics and the politics that's in there, like behind that system, it's crazy. It's like nobody got your back. Like there's people who I'm buying food with, cooking meals with, who literally told me like, "Hey, bro, it's like a riot breakout right now. I gotta kill you." You feel me? And I'm like, "Bro, we just ordered dinner together. We cooking. We making our spread together.
Yeah,
Like how that working?" They was like, "It's because everybody's just, you feel me? We're against y'all because y'all are superior, y'all stronger. Like, look how quick you got in shape when you started working out. And we over here, we've been working out for months and we still, like all that's like, it's really just like from a superiority standpoint and the fear that they got of us,
yeah,
that why they do what they do or act how they act. So, like, that really just had woke me up. I'm like, that's crazy. So then, and it was like when George Floyd happened. So, like, the guards be coming through and they're like, all right, y'all go to bed and this, and that. And I'm like, man, I go to sleep when, Black Lives Matter. You feel me? And that's when they start, oh, all lives matter and this and that. So then I started drilling them. I'm like, if me and your son go to court for the same charge, who you think gonna get less time? And they never answered them questions. So I'm like, that right there lets
right.
you know, you feel me? So that's what really aroused my consciousness on like as far as trying to change the world. I ain't worried about getting a girl. You feel me?
Right. Okay. No, and I feel that too. That's some, some real shit and some experience, honestly, that you get to take with you and use as a part of your journey. You know what I'm saying? As you grow to kind of make change in the world, you know what I'm saying? You got literally these testimonies to kind of tell people and these experiences to pull from, you know what I'm saying? And me knowing you the little bit that I know you, you know what I'm saying? Like knowing you as like a strong-minded person, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I'm definitely looking forward to like checking out what you got coming. I'm hoping we can link up for that video and shit that we were talking about so we can cook
Oh
something
yeah,
up for you. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
they didn't take the shackles off my feet. I can dance. You feel me? We out here now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then,
So,
oh yeah, that
man,
Martin Luther King thing that ended up so
yeah, yeah.
long because I talked to what's her name, the artist, the Antoinette. It's not
Antoinette?
Antoinette.
Yeah,
It is Antoinette.
yeah,
Yeah, Antoinette Colley. So I reached out to
yep.
her and she was like, "They not gonna be fucking with you because they're not trying to hear none of that pro-black shit." So like originally the poem
Yeah,
was like 2-3 minutes, but after I
right,
talked to
right,
her and she told me the behind the scenes of how that organization operate, I got
right.
more mad. I'm like, all right, I got something for y'all. You feel me? So that's how I ended up
Yeah,
running on because I was really like not fucking with white people. Like y'all crazy out here. Like stop playing with us. So I
right.
had to
Yeah,
let
for
more fuel to
sure.
that fire.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it came to that, the piece that, got you second, do you got that with you? Are you able to share it or?
I got a bunch of it off top. We gonna see how it go. I had it in this other phone, but it died on me while I was waiting. So
Wait, yeah,
we
yeah,
just
that's my
look.
fault, man. So yeah, whatever you got, bro. Yeah, just
I
feel
finna say we
free.
just gonna run it off the here and see how it goes. See how far I can make it.
All right.
How you get so perfect like that? You look like the type to not even write back. Honestly, I think you're one of God's greatest creations, and it causes me frustration that we're only we in my imagination. I want to go the distance. I'm not a temptation. My short term goal is just making us a reservation. My long term is to make loving you my life's work without resignation. So this is me shooting my shot without hesitation. They say vegans live longer. I can live forever off your vegetation. Love at first sight manifested in your look. Say the best way to end up in the soup is to ask the cook. So what's up? Because I simply refuse to sit idly as another username on your views and potentially pass up permanent partnering with the perfect muse. I want the whole piece, though I come in peace. No need to be alarmed, just hit the snooze. And when we awake, a trip to eternity is where our journey will be. You're flawless externally, all that I want to see. And as I study what makes you unique through a monocular lens, I realize that a golden egg is from whence you've hatched if women were hens. And if that was the case, I'd be that rooster doing all those crazy things just for a chance to get in the hen house so we can hold wings or touch beaks at no touch. Oh yeah, for just to sit next to you at feeding time for a chance to touch beats. Cause you embody everything my heart seeks. The songs you sing matches the rhythm my heart beats. You're the reason my cock will do the do. I mean the reason I cock the doodle do. Live, die, and everything in between is the list of things that I would do for you. This can't be it, because you're not here yet. Is it because I remind you of someone who only stays in character until they receive what they came to get? I want you to know I'm the same guy long after I leave the set. You can write me a 4-page letter that won't be a single one you regret or regret. I can regurgitate every sound you make as you state the things you hate. My idea of the perfect date is not a $200 steak. It's the conversation being as tender as what's on the plate. But you're not ready yet. And I can't help but wait. Can't wait to the days while I'm able to just indulge in you. I want to all access cerebral past to see what you've been going through. Tell me all your whys, even the unnoticeable ones like the why and rhythm, all your what's and ifs and how'd you get them. Used to have thoughts about other stuff, these days you're feeling. I want to know the story behind your scars and help you heal them. Those scars, unseen, unhealed. But as soon as you knock a love door and it's open, all things revealed. Ah, fuck. I'd have lost it, fuck.
Hey man, kudos to you though for getting that far. You feel me? That was a
Hey,
lengthy
look,
one,
that was my first time saying it out loud since that day I recorded.
right? That's all I'm about to say. Like, man,
No,
that's
damn,
hey, I
man,
still give
kudos
you
to
credit. I definitely give you credit. But if anybody want to watch that full thing, it's on the I Am Root website, iamrootcode.com/blog or slash features, and you can check that out, watch the full thing. Or, you can definitely catch him. I'm sure he's gonna be recording or, filming or, performing somewhere, and he's gonna drop the live video of it somewhere.
you. Yeah, it's definitely coming. Got to shoot a real visual. That was just, throw together. That's why I was like,
Like super creative, man.
give
I
it
want to give you
y'all.
credit. I
Oh
want to give you
yeah,
credit. Like even the part you in the gym, like getting the pass, you know what I'm saying, and
oh
all of
yeah.
that, like
Look,
shooting
I'm
the
like,
shot,
I'm in this
bro.
motherfucker really dolo, acting like I got a girlfriend.
Hey, that was super creative, man. So I want to give you credit on that front too, because like again, there's no like standard, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So you doing that kind of sets the standard going forward for folks. If they feel inclined to want to kind of do something creative with their submissions, they can definitely do so. So, big credit to you. But yeah, man, before we get up out of here, let's talk a little bit about kind of the inspirations and a little bit of the legacy. You want to leave for the people, or just in general. You talked a little bit about wanting to change the world and realizing how black you are and, the moves that you see yourself wanting to make. So, what will be some, either what are some words you living by today or, some things you want to leave people with so they kind of carry that with them?
One of my mantras that I go by is good things come to those that wait, but it's only what's left by those that hustle. And then another one
Mm,
that we all need to realize is everybody we pass up and miss out on opportunities. So I just say everybody realizes the opportunity of a lifetime, but we need to focus more on realizing the lifetime of those opportunities. So we don't miss them. We got to get
yeah.
in those doors while they open, jump through them windows before they close. You feel me? Jump out there, take them leaps of faith, and then see what happens.
Okay. I dig that. You got people in here showing love in the comments. Definitely, man. Yeah, man. This guy right here is definitely one of my favorite poets, that I know. Had me cracking up because I would just hit him up for our love events, and he like, "Oh man, I'm about to work on a new poem now." Here I am thinking
Man, it is
you just got him in the
fitting.
tuck, but like, yeah, you show up
Oh
ready,
yeah,
and then you
nah.
have your guy pull up with the fresh T-shirt. You got to do with the print with the clothing business.
Yeah, my boy Flea. Look, I just hit him up today. Like, man, look, I'm back down. I got a show next Friday. No, the 11th, not this coming Friday. Friday after that, then another one on the 20th. I'm like, I need some outfits so I can get on this stage. But
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
nah.
man.
Shout
That's one
out
thing that
King
I
because I
like
ain't gonna
too,
lie, he
bro. You
got
be
he got a
showing.
real movement.
Hey, and thank you, bro. And I appreciate you for supporting it, man. I feel like you constantly support your people, you know what I'm saying? Flea or, any of your dogs that you actually know from back home or whatever it is. I just feel like you kind of one of them dudes that's constantly showing love to the people that rock with you, that show love. So I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
that, man. That kind of stuff helps us grow.
I'm definitely big on you feel me, fucking with who fuck with you. Because all the people that we fuck with and spend all the millionaires, they don't fuck with us, don't give a fuck about us, and we can support them. So you feel me? If I could download a little baby track, I could download your sound. You feel me? Your song or listen to your
Absolutely.
podcast. If I can listen to this album, so I'm supporting and sharing
Absolutely.
love to everybody who who really is attachable to me. Like I can go fuck with you. I can't call her. You feel me? I can call you. You feel me? So yeah, no, I'm big
Yeah,
on that.
absolutely. Absolutely. Anything you got in the works? Anything you about to release soon? Or anything we can help
Uh,
support with in the future?
I'm finna get with unlearn to relearn so I can remember when I first got I told you I needed a publisher. So you feel me?
Right.
Everything
Yeah.
happened for a reason. And it's crazy because I was fake salty. I'm like, how the hell I just lose with just yesterday? You feel me? But now the person who won finna help me win. So it all worked together.
Hey, you feel me? That's how the world works, man. And I definitely wish my success to both of y'all, man. Obviously, if there's anything I could be a part of and support of, let me know, bro. We can get to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always love. You feel me?
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you get back on the road, bro. I appreciate you pulling over, man, stopping and getting some dinner so you could chop it up with us.
I appreciate you, my boy. Shit, I'm gonna fuck with you.
All right, man. I'm gonna get with you later.
All right, everybody, y'all stay rooted, man.
Yes, sir. Man, all right, y'all. So that was all of our winners from the Love Poetry Contest. Love is our annual celebration. We're probably gonna do something different going forward, doing a little more mini love events or something like that. But love stands for Let Us Vent. It's usually a live show that we put on where folks can kind of pop their shit. Erotic poetry, stuff about love, stuff about just the trials and tribulations of life. You really just get to vent and do your thing. And this year, we had the poetry contest with Brittany as our first place winner, Louie as our second place winner, and Aretha Rodney as our third place winner. So cash prizes go out. I believe it's 75 for first, $50 for second place, 25 for third place, and they each get some Iron Root merch. So yeah, just continue to write, continue to kind of evolve your craft. One thing that we're big on here at Iron Root is just showing love to emerging artists, emerging creatives, you know what I'm saying, and kind of being that support system or that resource for y'all. So, man, if there's any other contests or topics, more so, I mean, not contests, but like topics that we should include for our future poetry contest, definitely DM those to us or go to the Iron Root website and leave us a little comment. We're always looking to evolve and grow. Yeah, it's coming up on 7:40, so I've been on for about an hour and 10 minutes. So yeah, man, I hope y'all have a good night. I hope y'all enjoyed the stories of all of our wonderful contestants. Um, and no new announcements. We got RuCon coming April 23rd. So that's our first conference where we'll be having panel discussions, some workshops, and different presentations. It'd be about a 6-hour conference with different folks coming in and kind of chat and share their perspective on things. So hopefully that's something you guys seem interested in. We'll have it virtual. We'll have a virtual access so folks that aren't in Arizona can experience it, but it will be an in-person event. So we'd love for you guys to come out. It'll be in Tempe at the Moxie, and these next few weeks, you guys will see some posts and some other shit coming in reference to like us rolling out that. So this is our first time announcing it technically. But yeah, man, we try to do Root Conference every year, and hopefully we can grow it and develop this and find more ways to connect educators, emerging artists, entrepreneurs, because we're all kind of fighting this similar battle with information and our creativity and our independence and ownership and stuff like that. So I feel like if we all bring our heads together, we can find innovative ways to impact our communities and substantial ways of leaving a strong legacy. So stay rooted, practice empathy. That's my shirt for today. Just letting y'all know that it's all love out there, and it's important to understand that people are going through shit too. So while you may be going through something, understand that other folks are going through things too. So if you can take a moment to practice empathy, make this world and this place a little better. So again, man, I'm Dom Root. I am one of the owners of the Iron Root brand. And yeah, this is an interview where we talk to our winners of the Love Poetry Contest. Hope you have a tremendous rest of your evening. Yeah, that's it for me.